Are you guys really bad at PvP, like this guy? Well, you have came to the right place because I'm going to teach you guys how I PvP. I might not be the best, but I know a few things. Alright, so the first thing we're going to talk about is W tapping, and basically what that is when you land a hit on an opponent, you need to release W and tap it again with your sprint button. When you W tap, it basically looks like you have reach, and that is really good, especially in sumos and any other game mode. And it basically, when you have reach, right, you're more likely to combo someone. So if you have more reach over someone, then you can combo easier. So that's why we W tap. If you guys are wondering about the mechanics of W tapping, basically what it does is it resets your sprint so you can get the first shot like you're engaging in a fight, so you get more knockback. The next mechanic is S tapping. Basically what S tapping is it's the exact same thing as W tapping, except you press S obviously, and it resets your sprint just like W tapping, and I like to W and S tap. I usually don't S tap, but when I do, I win basically all my fights. It's really useful. I just forget that S is there. You guys can kind of combine W and S tapping too. You don't have to just pick one. You can do both of them. It's just a little bit harder for me. How you would do that is you would W tap them and then you would press S down for a little bit to get a little bit farther away, and then right as you hit them, press W again and then S, W, S, and then just keep doing that. It works most of the time for me. You guys gotta know that you always have to be pressing W though, because if you're not running at someone, you'll get comboed easily. Because when you get comboed, it's more than likely because you can't move at all. Alright, so the next thing, when you are going in for a fight, you need to approach them diagonally, because what it does is it makes your hitbox harder to hit and they have to track you, and it's just harder. That one was kind of short, but this one goes in with the last thing we talked about, which is strafing. And what I do is I AD strafe, which is basically pressing AD at random times to make your movement a little bit better so you won't get hit. That's basically what it does. And there's also a circle strafe where you hold down A or D for a long period of time. Basically when you're circle strafing, you want to keep the opponent in the middle for as long as you can, and you also want to keep them as close to you as you can. Next thing we will talk about is rodding, and basically what rodding is right before you go into an attack, you pull out your rod and you just swing that thing over and then hope you catch a little fishy as your opponent. Ideally, you'll throw your rod out right before you attack someone, and then you will get them in a really, really, really long combo. That's ideally though. You guys might see me doing some really weird things with my sword. Well, basically what I'm doing with my sword is I'm block hitting, and basically what it does is it resets your sprint like W and S tapping, except you would want to block hit not every time you hit someone, but right when you think they're gonna hit you. So don't block it every single time, just only when you think they're gonna hit you. I almost forgot to tell you guys how to block it. Basically what you do is you press the attack and block button at the exact same time, and then you do a block hit. So that's how you do it. There are obviously a few flaws with block hitting because you can't do that with an axe because you can't block with an axe, so you're gonna have to think of something else if you're gonna use an axe. Maybe like W tap and S tapping at the same time, maybe? That would be pretty good. But yeah, you can't block it with an axe, sadly. Now these next few are for the really really beginners that literally haven't started playing at all. So before you start playing, you want to get a good client. People don't like Labby Mod, but I personally do. That's what I use. Um, and you also want to get the toggle sprint mod because when you're comboing, it is so much easier when you don't have to press another button such as control or R or something. It's just way easier. Hey man, you also get more frames, so that's a W in my book. Alright boys, this is the super secret tip no one knows about, and basically what you have to do for this is you have to like and subscribe on this video and also join my Discord because that'll make you 20,007 times billion% better at PvP, alright? Link to my Discord's in the description. This part is definitely not essential, but you will probably die if you don't know this tip. You need to learn how to MLG water bucket. Basically what that is when you're falling down from somewhere, you just place a water bucket right on your feet so you don't take any fall damage. And I have perfected this so many times, and I am just a god at it. Don't you worry about it. May have also noticed that this is targeted towards Bedwars too, so we're gonna hop into some Bedwars tips right now. My first tip that I would give out to all Bedwars players is to learn how to speed bridge or god bridge or something of that. You need it. You guys, I see so many people in Bed Wars lobbies and they just noob bridge all the way to mid and it takes like 4 hours, and as you can see I already made it to mid in like 10 seconds, alright? I'm definitely not a god at it, but I have learned how to do it and I still fall off sometimes. I grew up on playing Sky Wars, not Bed Wars, and Bed Wars takes a lot more brain capacity, but I am somehow still decent at it. I mean, I can get a couple people. I'm only good at PvP. I don't make smart decisions at all, and I still just destroy everyone. I don't know, but yeah, you gotta have a pretty big brain in Bed Wars, alright? This tip will obviously come with time. There's no shortcut with it. It's game sense, and that's with every single game that you play that has player versus player. You need game sense, alright? Basically what game sense is getting a feel for the game and like knowing when someone's gonna break your bed, and if you can void in time and you know that for a fact, then void right when you see someone going to your base. It doesn't matter if you have anything on you, but just void if you can. And yeah, that's basically game sense, I guess. By the way, game sense isn't just like learning when to jump off the map. It's like knowing when to buy an invis pot, knowing when not to, and it's just the big brain power that you need for Bed Wars. Alright, the next thing we are going to talk about is building. If you guys can't really build in Bed Wars, you guys will learn how to, and I'm not talking about like god bridging, I'm talking about like knowing when to bridge over someone and like put TNT down. I usually don't buy TNT because, as I said, my brain's not that big, but I usually just jump down and lose half my hearts and die. That's really fun. But learn how to build, guys. Also, to branch off of building, when you guys are bridging somewhere, I guess this isn't really branching off of building, but like god bridging and stuff like that, kind of branching off. But when you guys are bridging, be sure you go up as you approach the end of the be sure to go up as you approach the enemy base or mid or something, because it's harder for anyone to get to your base and you can actually have enough time to void and make it back. So yeah, if you guys have good enough game sense for that, then you guys can make it back 100% if you build up a lot. But trust me guys, you guys can overdo it. You guys can overdo it and lose like all your hearts, alright? So don't overdo bridging up as White did. Alright, right there. That's kind of an overkill, but yeah, don't bridge up like 2,000 blocks in the air and then skybase for like 12 million years, alright? That's not how Bed Wars is meant to be played. I would say good medium is to build up like 10 to 12 blocks maybe at max, but you don't need to build up like 20 blocks or something because then you'll lose all your health. These are all tips for if you guys want to play aggressive, alright? I'm not good at playing passive, so I'm not gonna really give out any tips for playing passive, but if you guys are decent at PvP, then follow all these tips, and yeah, I guess you could do them while you're playing passive too, but it's mostly meant for people that want to play aggressive, alright? So yeah, these are all my tips, I guess. If you guys did enjoy them, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the notification bell, join my Discord, and yeah, I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow, I guess. I'll see you later. Peace.